Matt Walsh, if you are excusing this behavior, you are inherently an evil f***ing person. Matt Walsh is known for many things. He's a political commentator. He made a film called What is a Woman? Well, a woman is a woman, Matt Walsh, but he already knew that. And of course, his smash hit, Am I Racist? Now, if you got to ask these questions, feel like you're a little bit behind the curve, but that's just my opinion. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into his newest little thing. It's a greater crime in the U.S. to say the N-word to a black person than to off a white person. Now, we're going to go ahead and get into this.
The mob that tried unsuccessfully to cancel Shiloh Hendricks was far more outraged over Shiloh saying the N-word than they were over Carmelo Anthony stabbing somebody to death. Indeed, many of them actively supported Carmelo Anthony murdering Austin Metcalf. They rewarded him financially for it. And this is all part of the preposterous racial double standard that has defined American culture for generations now. It is a double standard that declares it a greater crime for a white person to say a word than for a black person to kill a white person. In fact, killing a white person could even be a just punishment for saying that word, according to these standards. The rules surrounding this word, the moral weight granted to it, the arbitrary guidelines drawn around it, it's all...
This guy's fucking stupid. I can't. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Oh, okay. We got to finish the clip.
Nonsense. Sorry. It's all indefensible on both moral and intellectual grounds. People are fed up with it.
Okay. Let's go through this point by point. This is too funny. So Shiloh Hendricks, if you guys don't know who he's actually talking about, this is a racist woman. Okay, and I say racist woman, 100% racist woman, because who does this? Who hurls racist comments at a child? At a child.
Did you call the child the word? It is my own business. You call him. Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again? Okay. All right, that's what you say. Nobody digging to you.
A little kid just did, you dumb.
That little kid, you call him a. The little child?
What if he acts like one? He's gonna.
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child 5-year-old and the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act.
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know that's a hate speech, and you can be that.
I don't give a.
Huh. Okay, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say about you.
She has been charged with misdemeanors for this, by the way. So young, they wouldn't even understand the greater meaning of the words being hurled at them. That's how young this kid was. The mops, the MAGA online puppets, are going to look at this and they're going to say, this is justified because the kid should have known better. But any reasonable adult, any adult with a brain, anybody who should be allowed around children, if you feel like this is perfectly fine, then you are a hazard to children. You are abusive to children, inherently abusive to children. I don't care what anybody says. You see a kid go through your bag at a park, allegedly, right? What do? You go up to the kid. This is what you're supposed to do. Go up to the kid. Hey, this isn't your bag. That's my thingy. I'm going to take it, okay? Where's your mom, dad? Okay. Yeah, you don't go through people's bags, but it's okay. We're going to find your parents. Okay, let's go find your parents because you shouldn't be out here alone. Whatever. So goes, finds the parents. Hey, yeah, I saw they look lost and they were like, I think they were like going through my bag or whatever. I don't really care. But yeah, your child should never be left alone, left unattended. Period. And that's it. That's how it should go. It should not go, hey, you N-word with a hard R. You shouldn't be calling a child. Okay, if I see an Asian kid do something that I don't like, I don't call that kid the C word. If I see a white kid do something that I don't like, I don't call that kid the C word. I don't do that. You don't do that. That is fucking disgusting. That is disgusting behavior. Matt Walsh, if you are excusing this behavior, you are inherently an evil fucking person. Evil. And I'm actually evil, okay? So I can actually tell who the fuck is evil. You're fucking evil. Period. There is no discussion about this. You protect children. That's your whole fucking thing, right? Pro-life? Why the fuck does the life not matter outside of the womb? Why? Like I don't get you people, evil racist people. I don't get you guys. I really don't. Because a child is a fucking child. A life is a life. You're allowing somebody to mentally abuse a child and you're excusing that. You're celebrating that. You're championing that. You don't care about kids. You're evil. Period. Moving on. Carmelo Anthony. That's terrible. Shouldn't have happened. Now, there's a lot of speculation on what happened, what was going on. If it's found out that that boy was not attacking Carmelo whatsoever, there was no real threat. I'm sorry, Carmelo. You got to go to jail. It is what it is. You did the crime. You have to do the time. Period. The discussion around Carmelo Anthony is not around, oh, because the kid was white, it's okay. No, it has everything to do with self-defense. There's speculation, at least, theories, at least, that the white kid was bullying Carmelo. Now the question becomes, can you bully somebody and be expected to be attacked? That's the actual argument. It has nothing to do with white and black, has nothing to do with the N-word. That has nothing to do with race. Racists are trying to conflate race into that argument. It has nothing to do with race. You think we're stupid by putting that in there. You're being racist.
Am I racist?
You are racist. If he did that and there was no reason for him to do that, he wasn't defending himself, he should go to jail. Everybody agrees with that. But the only reason why people actually donated to him is because he didn't have legal representation. And people are trying to remove that from him. He's using that money to acquire appropriate legal representation to have a fair trial. It's a self-defense case. That's it. Moving on.
It is a double standard that declares it a greater crime for a white person to say a word than for a black person to kill a white person.
That's not true. That is 100% not true. I already talked about why this is not true. The Carmelo Anthony stuff has nothing to do with race. Shiloh Hendricks stuff has everything to do with race. Imagine your child out on the playground. A white child is out on the playground and somebody comes up to him, says that, oh, they're doing whatever. Maybe they were doing whatever. And then decides the appropriate action is to then racially insult your child. I don't have patience for people that don't care about children. I really don't. And the fact that you act as if you care about children, that also disgusts me. That disgusts me even more. Because at least with somebody who is like, I don't care about children, and then they excuse this, hey man, if it acts like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it is a duck. But you're literally acting as if you care about children. You don't care about children. This proves it.
And this is all part of the preposterous racial double standard that has defined American culture for generations now.
America has a bunch of racist systems. The CIA literally pumped crack into black neighborhoods in the 70s. This is true. This actually happened. Everybody knows it. This is in the books, in the papers. This is not speculation anymore. It was speculation at the time. It was proven to be true. I don't see why black people they think that they're being targeted. It just doesn't make any sense. I should be able to say the N-word with the hard R, even though generations ago we used it to act as if they were animals and we didn't call them humans. We called them the N-word. And, I should be able to say that because I don't actually see them as humans. That's why you want to say it. Moving on.
The rules surrounding this word, the moral weight granted to it, the arbitrary guidelines drawn around it, it's all nonsense. It's all indefensible on both moral and intellectual grounds.
Nonsense. Indefensible. Okay. I guess slavery literally didn't happen. I mean, that's kind of the reason why this word exists, right? Because of slavery? Are you saying that slavery didn't happen? No, of course you're not. You're not saying that, of course. That would be a ridiculous stance to have, right? Of course you're not saying that. No. Slavery wasn't bad. That's what you're saying, right? This is something that has come from slavery. Maybe there could be a discussion on black people not using this word in songs and hip-hop media. Mind you, by the way, black people aren't using that word. There's 2 N-words. People are acting as if there's 1 N-word. This is something that makes me cringe a lot whenever there's closed captions on movies or TV shows and we're saying one word and then the closed caption says the other word. You know exactly who did the closed captioning because there's 2 N-words. There's 2, actually. You can't say either of them. You definitely can't say one of them. The other one, some black people will let you say it. Nigga, that means friend, comrade, ally. Whatever. It's almost like dude nowadays. Guy, buddy, friend. That's how it means. Some black people will actually let you say that. They won't even bat an eye when you say that. Nigger. That is a racist term. A slur to denote black people as animals. Nigga is a different word. These are 2 different words. Racists think these are the same words. You guys are stupid. You can't fucking read for some reason. It's always been two different words. And no, you can't say either of them because of fucking slavery.
On both moral and intellectual grounds. People are fed up with it. The mob that tried unsuccessfully to
Matt Walsh, you're a fucking idiot. You are an idiot. You are a provocative idiot. Okay? We cannot pretend that you are smart any longer. We have to hold these people accountable. When they claim to be intelligent, we have to hold them accountable. This is not intelligent behavior. They're not nuanced. They're retarded. Like, comment, subscribe.